Men, what's something you don't like physically about women which you're too polite to say? Shaving off their eyebrows then doodling new ones with a pencil. How would they feel if men did the same with mustaches? Why is that even a thing? There has to be patient zero for this stupidity. Lip injections to make them bigger. I think they tend to look goofy, like they got stung by a bee. That's because they had their lips done a little too much. A good doctor will recommend what works best, and will know what will be more tasteful. If they are any good, they won't let you walk out of there looking like a pouting dog. I used to work for a cosmetic dermatologist. A lot of people would go in wanting injections and laser treatments. A good number of them honestly did not look like they had Botox face. Many of them looked fantastic for their age, because they would have these procedures done, without overdoing it. It's when these women insist that their face never move again and they overdo it with the Botox and the Juvederm etc., they become addicted to it, and they keep having it done against the recommendation of the doctor. Or they just found a doctor who would take their money and just do it. Marinating in perfume. I never notice young women like that, but often I can smell a 50-year-old woman before I see her, or long after she's walked past. 50-year-olds have read it. Why all the perfume? Probably has something to do with your senses dulling as you age. I work at a beer and wine bar and there are a number of 50-ish ladies there to drink wine that I have a hard time believing can taste or smell anything other than their perfume. Faking pleasure to not disappoint us. Ladies, we might be stupid, but we're not that stupid. No, we're that stupid. You're basically telling us to keep doing the wrong thing, which doesn't exactly end well. Ridiculous size butts via surgery. Yes, it gets our attention, but it also looks ridiculous. Not against plastic surgery, but there is such a thing as too big. I think any size butt via surgery. WTF is wrong with people. Also, doing deep squats will help you develop an ass, maybe not a huge one but def a good one. I naturally have a small butt. I do squats and lunges and everything, even with weights. Squats and lunges help define, but using weights will definitely add more muscle. But don't go looking for a miracle because I still have a small butt. Ha ha. Duck face in photos. Incredibly unattractive and irritating. I don't know why women think that's a good look. It looks stupid. It usually wears off after they leave the teenage years. Don't alter photos to the point that it's a blatant lie. If I meet you in person and you're physically different enough, it will be a turn off and then you'll blame me for not falling for a lie. People think that if you start stepping back after they show you their real face that you're shallow for only caring about their appearance, but the reality of it is that it isn't their appearance that turns you off, it's the dishonesty and deceit. Edit, I'm not trying to say that caring about someone's appearance is a bad thing and makes you shallow. That's why I put it in quotes. Different people are into different things and have differing definitions of beauty, and I am completely open to the situations where the deceit and the appearance both contribute to the turnedness. I really don't like it when women with big curly hair straighten it. Big fan of big wild curly hair. Rogue from the animated X-Men series did things to me. Where were you when I was 15 and spending 1.5 hours straightening my hair daily because only straight hair was feminine and beautiful? Seriously? Curly is super pretty. I'm sure everyone thinks that too. Loose curls, tight curls, bigger frows, all that good stuff always looks amazing. I don't like their vaginas and breasts. I am gay though, so I guess it is understandable. Nice. I got a lap dance from a stripper once when I was out with my straight male housemates, and after she bent over in my face with no underwear on, and the dance finished, I said, "Nah, I'm still gay," gave her a hug and left. Boob jobs. Not a fan. Your normal-sized boobs were fine. This might be a perception paradox. By definition, you're only going to notice the ones that are really obvious and overdone. That means you're going to think all boob jobs are really obvious and overdone, since the ones that look realistic just blend in with all the other natural-looking boobs in the world. That's really everything in this thread. Men picking apart women's awful looks, not realizing they only notice it when it's awful. It's like people saying they don't like makeup on girls. Yeah, you do, you just don't like it when it's obviously visible. It is being repeated here, so I'll repeat it some more. Cake face. It looks like a cheap mask. Shaved eyebrows. Hideous. I understand older women may lose them naturally, but I've seen 19-year-olds with drawn-on clown brows. WTF. You can draw on good brows, I refer specifically to silly clown brows. Cake face. There was this time I went to the cinema with a girl I met on Tinder. We watched the movie, there was some kissing and there were moments in which she rested her head on my shoulder, nothing too wild. Once I got home I noticed something strange. One of the sleeves of my white shirt was beige because of all the powder she was using. This could apply to men and women. It's when people try to look like a certain type of socially acceptable archetype. When a certain hairstyle becomes popular and then you see a horde of clones for 6 months. Any starter pack type of human is just odd to me. Imagine being someone whose normal style becomes the starter pack type. Then just going dang it. When they wear far too much makeup. Having 1.5 inches of makeup on does not appeal to me at all. You only think you hate too much makeup. What you actually hate is probably obvious or colorful makeup, and sometimes badly applied makeup. You'd be surprised at how much makeup it takes to get that natural glowy look. I had a guy friend in high school who told me he thought I looked good without makeup, and I had to inform him he'd never seen me without makeup. A guy once told me I looked great with no makeup on, despite the fact that I had a whole face of a natural look. Next day I wore the exact same look except added lipstick and he said I was wearing too much and he liked me better yesterday when I didn't wear any. Men are oblivious sometimes. Right? I was wearing eyeliner when my high school friend said that, and I was like, what do you think this black stuff is? I'm a little annoyed at this statement just because I've seen women spend hours putting on layers of makeup to look naturally flawless. This is the look most guys think if when they say something like girls are beautiful without tons of makeup. It's still tons of makeup. Just more neutral colors. What they really mean is they hate colorful makeup. Baby voice. I read somewhere that it's an indicator of early childhood abuse, and a lot of guys find it attractive, which creeps me out all the more. It's also just annoying. I'll be honest, for some reason I found it really hot when my ex used a baby voice and it really freaked me out. I was turned on but grossed out at the same time. Really not a fan of when girls wear hoop earrings that are large enough for me to shove my whole arm through them. I remember as a kid seeing a baby rip a woman's earlobe because she had these oversized earrings, and now anything too big gives me anxiety just seeing it. Wanting weird proportions for this body. I don't want some giant ass. Just be proportionate. Small breasts are attractive too. They're way more attractive than fake boobs. I'm assuming you mean the Kim K look through unnatural means. 'Cause lots of women are not proportionate. I have big hips and thighs, a small waist and smallish boobs. I have a friend who has huge boobs and no waist. A friend who has broad shoulders and broad hips. Etc. Those damn septum rings. I don't know how in the hell that shit caught on. All I can think about when I see those is bebop. Just to throw it out there, I love septum piercings on a girl. Those Monroe piercings too. That is trashy and it just looks like a big zit. Overdone eyebrows. Agreed, eyebrows should be done medium rare. Thigh tattoos. Especially of a rose or animal. I've always wanted to see a full pants tattoo. People get sleeves but never pants. Me and my sparrow thigh tattoo don't like you either lol. Vocal fry. It's hideous. All of the guys I work around at my internship do this. As in it's just point blank how they talk, not something at the end of a sentence, it's every damn word. I want to ask them why they do it, but I'm sure it's subconscious for all of them. When they got no chin. It's not their fault, and I'd never say it, but damn. Not talking about so fat they lose their neck plus chin. I'm talking where there is a clear path from neck to bottom lip. Think this is pretty universal. It can ruin a guy's face too. Lip injections or whatever they do to their lips. It just makes you look weird, like a drag queen or something. This girl at my last workplace came in with them one day and I almost asked her what happened, thinking she had been in an accident or a fight. She was in her early 20s and it instantly made her look about 45. The answers in this thread are wholesome as f, but when I talk to my close male friends and they bitch about their wives, the number one complaint is that they're gaining weight. Seems like maybe by its very nature this question is hard to answer, even anonymously. High-waisted jeans. It's a super picky thing on my part. I'm sure they're comfortable as hell. But ladies, it is not doing wonders for your waistline. I feel like it honestly looks like you're trying to suck in your stomach and hold it in place with some tight fabric. I'm really, really sorry if this sounds harsher than it's meant to be. Frown, wear whatever makes you comfortable. Edit, a word. I honestly don't care if they're less flattering. I would pick high-waisted jeans over the early 2000s low-rise jeans in a heartbeat. My ass may look better in low-rise jeans when I'm standing up, but they are horrendous to wear. They're too tight, you can't sit in them without your ass crack showing, you can't squat, ever. And you have to spend all day pulling them up because no belt is actually going to hold them up if you have a sizable ass. With high-waisted jeans you just pull them on, button them up, and you have comfortable pants that stay in place all day long. Hip huggers may be better in some aesthetic ways, but they are not functional and I prefer wearing something I can actually live my life in. The truth. Being fat. Same goes for guys too though. Some choices of clothes that aren't very flattering with your body type. This goes to both men and women, just see it more with women. I'm all for trying to get confident or whatever, but you'd be more confident in something that suits your body type or that actually fits you. It's also important to dress for the environment. You can look hot as you like in your mini skirt. Just don't wear it to the office. I just want to say, for the women reading, don't take anything to heart. Every guy, girl is into different things. Some men hate braces on women. I love braces on women. I read another that dislike pale girls. I have a friend that only dates pale girls. So please don't feel like you have to change your appearance. If you do want to change it for you and you only.